Hello travelers, Tara here, and already we're coming up near the end of the month of April. I honestly can't believe it. So my kid turned 14 last weekend, or this past weekend, and I've been really busy with her. She got accepted into a pre-college program, and she will be volunteering this summer at one of the local hospitals as a candy striper. That's something that, you know, the term that we used to call it when I was little. So I'm really, really proud of her. She's doing her walkout today at school in solidarity for the school shootings, the anniversary of Columbine, and the Sandy Hook, and I can't think of the Marjorie Stoneman or Wakeman shooting down in Florida. So my kid's really... Now, if only she could drive, that would make it all worthwhile. So it's just been a busy kind of a week. I'm kind of at a place where I'm kind of on that threshold where it seems as though I just brought her home from the hospital, and now she's getting ready to move into this next phase. It's just such a weird kind of a thing. So I've been kind of taking a moment to take it all in. It's been she and I since the moment I had her, and I cannot believe that I raised such a great kid thus far all by myself. So for those of you single parents out there, I know it's difficult, you know, whether male or female. If you're a single parent, there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to make, and sometimes the sacrifices that you have to make are crap. But it's moments like this where you can really just kind of, you know, be proud of yourself. And even if you don't have a whole lot of great things going on with your kids, be proud of the accomplishments that if you've been able to hold it down, you know, through thick and thin, no matter what, be very proud of that. That is definitely an accomplishment. So anyway, welcome new subscribers. A bunch of you signed up last week, so welcome to my channel. Old subscribers, you guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. Let's see. As you know, I opted out of the what do you call it, the advertisement thing. So that means that there's no link for you to click to get to the website. So you will find my web address here at the bottom of the video. You will also find it in the About box section, and you'll find it in the description of the video, okay, in the description box. If you'd like to get a reading, you can come over to the website. I have several packages of readings. I have Akashic Records readings, etheric cord cutting, astrology readings. If you join membership website, you get 2 free charts, access to the member galleries, which have the individual tarot readings and an individual romance gallery, along with a metaphysical gallery and an astrology gallery. There's all sorts of articles and ebooks that you can download. So there's a lot of information there on the website that's available to you as a member. And there are 3 different levels of membership. You can pick what works for you. And then you can, and members get discount off. They get discounted prices off on the readings, all of the reading products. So let's see what else. I don't know what else. I don't know. There was something else I was going to tell you. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. Oh yeah, members, I'm going to start working on the May readings to be uploaded pretty soon. I'm just going to go ahead and start working on those. Chiron moved into Aries. Was it yesterday, day before, maybe today? I don't know. That's huge. And there's a lot of Aries activity going on. So this is Aries rules the face, your appearance, your reputation, your profile. So this could be things like Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. Y'all know I've been railing against Facebook. And then they just came out with some other crap today. I told you they wasn't going to write it in your favor. Whatever they're talking about, it's not going to be in your favor. So I think we're at a point where, you know, you have a choice for some of you. If you want to take back the way that you appear, if you want to take back your profile, your appearance, your reputation, your online presence. And so I think you're going to be given an opportunity to do that. Some of you who may need to do that, rethink some things. Of course, Aries is opposite the 7th house of Libra. So for some of you, this could be you and, you know, in partnership with somebody else. It could be about a potential partner, a past partner, but it could also be about being an open enemy in conflict, public conflict. For instance, I don't know if you guys remember, I was telling you about how Stormy Daniels was not going to go away. She is sitting, she's a Pisces sun, and she's sitting all over Donald Trump's 7th house. And so, and she's, you know, that Pisces energy is going to be there for a while. So, this is about really two people who are very, very media savvy, and one image and reputation, public image and reputation versus another public image and reputation. And so that's how that Aries Libra kind of thing works, and all of this energy going on the stellium around Aries and around Pisces. So that being said, I'm going to come to you with a short reading. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Sexual Magic. We're just going to look quickly at some things. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. That requires a personal reading. And that is where you provide me your name, your birth date, along with the other people that you want to include, their name and their birth dates and their sun signs. I only need your sun signs. I don't want to hear your story. I just want you to give me your questions. And I meditate on your birth information and your name. I pinpoint you in the collective like that. And then I do a spread for you. I only do video readings. These are where you can access them, download them, and save them, and they're yours to keep. You can look at them throughout the month, throughout the whatever. Excuse me. So, excuse me. While I was doing some pre-shuffling. Wait a minute. Good gracious, excuse me. While I was doing some pre-shuffling, I had two cards come out. And I had the Judgment card. And then I have the 7 of Cups. And for many of you who do not know this particular deck, all decks, or you're new to tarot readings, all decks have a particular language. Each deck speaks differently. And I feel that for some of you, this is about a family issue, something that has been slow to culminate or slow to resolve. For others of you, this is about the news or the announcement on something that has perhaps been dragging its feet. And the reason why I say that is because I have this turtle. You see that turtle there? Okay. And we see this idea, this concept of these two people coming together, but their lips are not even really touching. Okay. They're kind of in that, it's a moment in time. Let's put it that way. Now that is Piscean energy. That is Neptunian energy. So I would dare say that maybe perhaps for some of you, there's some kind of decision that needs to be made. But it's one that has been going like at a snail's pace, and there's been some confusion surrounding it. So let's go ahead and lay the rest of the cards. That Judgment is our situation. The next card down next to this 7 of Cups is going, this is our foundational issue. Then the next row is going to show us the causes of that, like the blocks. And then the last row is going to show us exactly the way out of this particular situation. So we have the 6 of Swords. Now I'm going to give you my intuitive interpretation on this, and then I'm going to read to you about oh my God, they're funny. Are going to read to you the exact meanings of these cards, okay? And the reason why that I was laughing is because the 6 of Swords, the name of that card is called Rolling About. And in a way, I kind of feel like for some of you, that's kind of what the situation, you're just kind of rolling around. It's like being tied up. That's a sensation that I get. It's like you're tied up in a blanket and you're just kind of, you remember, if I don't know if you do, for those of you who camp And one of the fun things to do when you go camping is get in a sleeping bag and then roll down a hill. Well, it's kind of that situation. You're kind of disoriented. You can't move. It's kind of fun, but you know, you might hit your head on the way down or hit a rock and hurt yourself. So it's kind of this, it feels sort of like an out of control kind of a situation, but it's out of control in slow motion. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what my guides are showing me. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. The Emperor. Now, that's an Aries card, okay? And there's a lot, you know, Aries can mean a lot for people. So this is really the idea of self and ego and who you are. How do you stand in your own energy? How do you present yourself? Where do you shine? Where do you receive the most attention? Is it good attention? Is it bad attention? That kind of a thing. 9 of Wands. It's interesting. Last row down, the Empress. The 3 of Wands. The 5 of Swords. And the 7 of Pentacles. So I have 2 sevens here. Now, a lot of times in one interpretation, 2 sevens can speak to self-esteem issues, insecurity issues. This could have to do with the way you look or the way you think you look, how you think you appear or how you really appear. But it can also causing an imbalance of some sort in the relationship. The other meaning of the 2 sevens is that, you know, you're surrounded with false friends. And I think, again, this could kind of come back to that online thing of, you know, people want to collect friends. I call them friend collectors. You know damn well that all 3,000 of them people ain't your real friends. And the majority of them, you're not, you know, I would say 98% of them, you're never going to meet in real life, right? But that could be having an effect not only on the way you appear to other people, but having that can also bring some issues for you in the terms of way, maybe perhaps the way you feel with yourself. You know how you always want to compare your life to other people. You know, never mind that they got filters all over shit, making everything look like it's great. You know, it's not real. It's not real. It's something that people post up. It's not a real thing. So underneath the deck, I have the Hierophant. Okay. Now, for some of you, I think that may be a part of it. For others of you, I think you're dealing, with a fire sign male. Whether he is an Arian, a Leo, and or a Sagittarius. What we have here is the Emperor. So this could be somebody who is highly structured, who is perhaps maybe a bit rigid, maybe puts a lot of emphasis or focus on appearance or the way things look, okay? But the Emperor is also about increasing his territories or increasing his holdings. He's more than a king. And in fact, I only see one court card here, and this is the Queen of Swords. So no matter if you are an air sign, an air sign female or not, this Queen of Swords is coming across not so much as being a Gemini, a Libra, and or an Aquarius, but also for some of you this could be, that's funny. What just came to me was that this could be for some of you about having an air sign on the ascendant, like Aquarius on the ascendant, the first house, Aries, the Emperor. For others of you, this could be the idea of the Libra Aries thing that I was talking to you about. For others of you, this could be the Gemini Sagittarius axis or cusp. I don't know why this is what my guides are telling me. So it has something to do with those particular things. For those of you who have your charts, if you don't understand the different axes, there is a couple of articles on the website. Go to the look it up search feature and type in the astrological axes, and that will show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But even if you're not, as I was saying, if you are not an air sign female, then what this is telling me is this is about someone's either attitude or the way they are thinking, because that's what swords represent: thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, ideas, and or communication. Now, I have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards in the reading itself: the Judgment, the Emperor, and the Empress. Now, the Empress represents Venus, as does the Hierophant. Venus is a co-ruler. Most planets will rule 2 different signs, okay? Some do, some don't. Venus is about love, beauty, and money. It's about Venus can be that femme fatale, that woman who's a man's woman. You know, she knows her feminine power. She can use it to gain whatever it is that she wants, but she's very, very aware, very conscious of it. Venus can also be that demanding kind of a lover, but a rather fickle kind of a lover. In other words, you're not gonna, maybe she's the kind of person who will get with you because of what you got or the status that you have can elevate her to some level. She was not a fickle, I mean, she was not a goddess of fidelity. She had lovers. She had children out of wedlock. But Venus is also about, again, how do you stand in your own energy of who you are? What are your values? What is your value system? What is more important to you, and who is more important to you than money or status or ambition? With the Hierophant can be that idea of doing the right thing, of following the social norms, of listening to what other people tell you. But it also rules your finances. Venus rules your personal finances. So for some of you, this could be the idea about, you know, feeling bad because you don't have X, Y, and Z. Or you have X, Y, and Z, and maybe somebody's trying to get with you because you have X, Y, and Z, right? So there are some changes coming up. I see this 5 of Swords here. Now, what I feel in this row across is that there's someone who, whether same-sex or heterosexual, whomever's going to take the role of the female. I feel that what we're looking at is we're looking at somebody who's maybe comparing a lover of the past, or is trying to put a past lover behind them. We see that we're looking at this particular Emperor, but she's the actual photograph that she's looking at. It's a photograph of someone, and see, look, he again has that martial kind of an energy, like a soldier. This could be a police officer, a soldier, or somebody who's in a quote-unquote authoritarian figure. Okay, again, like I said, could be somewhat rigid in appearance, their outer skin. Okay. But again, it's this 9 of Wands. We see this woman who's sitting on this man's lap, as though she's trying to convince him of something. You know, he looks a bit perturbed. He looks a bit unsure. And she's trying to, I don't know, allay his fears, bring him some kind of comfort. Obviously, she's trying to gain his attention in such a way that she can dispel whatever those 9 wands are for him. Now, I would tend to think here with this Empress card, our way through, that there is a certain kind of strength to who you are, that you know exactly what you want, that you won't settle for less. Here with this 3 of Wands, this is the start of something. It is the start. 3s are always a start to something. 3 Wands, this could be going into partnership. This could be it deals with this judgment. Something is coming to a culmination. And I think what I'm getting is it's not a change necessarily in the way someone feels, but a change in the way okay, what they're telling me is, and I hope that I'm getting this, I can articulate this. What I'm getting is that it is a change in self-perception. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. They're showing it to me. Maybe I can give it to you in a visual allegory. Okay, so say for instance, you've been the kind of person who's been all prim and proper your whole life. You've always wanted to look the part, present that particular image, and that is how you've been dealing with people in the public. Your whole life, that's what you've been doing. But then something happens or someone comes along who kind of, whatever the interaction, it changes something for you, okay? But what I'm getting is that both people are being changed on a certain level, all right? The reason why I say this is because of this Five of Swords. And I'm going to read you the meaning of that particular card because I can't articulate it to you as it's looking to me. But fives are about changes. Fives are about outside changes, things that come in that change. There's a bit of upheaval. There's some discomfort. There could have been lots of miscommunications about what you wanted and what the other person wanted. Even though I would dare say with this Empress and this Hierophant showing up, that the basic values are the same. You're coming at it from two different perspectives. One is a more heated, direct, in your face kind of a thing. Okay, and the other one is more of a cool, rational logic, not a lot of emotion behind it. It's just two different temperaments. But yet what we see is that you're able to, I don't know, kind of allay someone's fears. That's really what keeps coming across. The Seven of Pentacles. It speaks as though all of the energy is spent at this particular moment. But I also get that I don't feel that whatever this is, it's over. If there has been some kind of split here, I don't see that just from these cards. What I see is a rekindling coming in some way, where I think both people are going to have to take a risk of some sort. Let me read to you the cards. Okay, maybe this will help, maybe it won't, I don't know. This says love at first sight. Sound changes the level of the spirit, and the unexpected burst forth to transform a stagnant situation. Remember, that's what I said. It's something that's been slowly going along. It's just been kind of rolling around. Nothing's really happening. Nothing has really changed. I do feel that there is still attraction here between the two people. There is this idea, there's cups and swords. This idea of the way we feel and the way we think. There is some kind of and the Six of Swords traditionally is looked at as a way to move away from troubled time. So we've been doing all this rolling around, shit been going back and forth, ain't nothing. So I gotta go. Okay, kind of one of those things. That's not necessarily what I'm being told, but that's the traditional way. And if you notice, there's a sword put down in the back. Okay, so in other words, this is something has come to rest. Now, this Seven of Cups, let me read to you what it says. The penetrating perfume of mint is like the thought of our loved one upon us. It fuels ideas and plans of love. Mint is an aphrodisiac. It's a clearing, kind of a crisp, kind of a clean, kind of a, I don't know, uplifting kind of a scent. I think what we're looking at is we've gotten a whiff of this love at first sight in the air. Okay, the idea is there, but yet the Six of Swords has come in, and the Six of Swords says the idea is there. We've got the scent, we've got the whiff. First we hear it, it has come, the sound of it. It's love at first sight. The whiff of love is in the air. Here is the Six of Swords rolling about. Searching for new horizons involves a couple as it involves a single person. So it's telling you that outside of your daily routine lies the rest of the world. So this is the idea of the concept that two people, the whiff is in the air, that, you know what, if we come together, everything that happens on the outside world really won't make a difference. We can immerse ourselves in each other, right? Each of us have to stand separate on our own and deal with our own things. But when we come together, okay, we can create this whole other world. Here is the Queen of Swords, though. And this is what's interesting to me, and I'm going to take a look at her. It says, solitude is not death. An undesired partner must be sent away, even at the cost of breaking your own heart. And I think this is what I think, that this male who looks very, very tired, he looks spent. I'm the king of whatever. Maybe he's the king of, I don't know, sex. Maybe he has been presenting himself. Maybe that's who he has presented himself to be. I'm a coxman. I've had thousands of women. Women love having sex with me. I'm good at, but you're not buying that. Okay, you're not buying into that particular concept. Why? Because there's more, I think, here. This is why the Empress sits underneath her. Okay, so this is not being impressed with the way somebody's presenting themselves. Doesn't matter how much money they have. Doesn't matter how good they are in bed. It doesn't matter how what kind of house they live in. You're not having that, right? And so it's not that the person is undesired. It may be that there are, again, some kind of disconnect between the two. Let's look at this Emperor card. That's what I'm getting. And sometimes it just takes a while for them to come in and tell me. To exercise the power entrusted to you, you must know how to dominate yourself. And I think this is what we're dealing, because he looks so tired. This card is saying that in one respect, the old way of the way you were doing things, how you used to be able maybe to get chicks, is not working for this particular chick, right? And now you like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. So now you gotta figure out how to perhaps not necessarily reinvent yourself, but repackage yourself. That's what I'm getting. Because really, the first house of Aries, it's about packaging, branding, your name. And this is not just in business and online. This is just about how you carry yourself through life. So here's the Nine of Wands. When a situation is suspended or blocked by doubt, you must hurry to resolve it because it cannot go on forever. And this is what this male is looking at. This is what this Emperor is looking at. He's at a block. He's at a place where things are suspended. Perhaps he is reflecting on the conversations that have been had. Here is this Empress. She like, I got everything you want could possibly need, but I'm not willing to give it over to you because I'm not impressed with what you're showing me. Okay, that shit worked before. It's not working on me. So I have to banish you and send you away. Here is the three. Here's the Empress. Hold on. These cards are funny sometimes. It says the prerequisite of magic is thought. Once put into action, the idea generates reality. So I think that whatever has been shared on this particular level, in a sense, it is all about that coming into reality. Okay, remember, I always tell you that thoughts create things. And I do feel that for the female in this particular situation, she is very much grounded in reason and in logic, but maybe underneath she has this smoldering kind of emotionality, emotional depth, sensuality, sexuality, passion, but she's just not willing to give it over just because, you're Mr. Cock of the Walk. So I have these 2 3s next to each other. Now, 2 3s speak to a pleasant surprise in some. The other things, 3s, the other interpretation of the 3s are that it's excessive flirting and cheating. But that's not what I'm picking up here. So I think this is some kind of surprise element, a surprise passion that comes. Let's look at this 3 of Wands here. Where is it? I can't see. It says the force of understanding and desire and the craving for nostalgia help to rediscover a feeling you thought you had lost. Now, I don't know if this is speaking to both people. What I'm getting is that there's this underlying desire for, I think each person in one respect kind of knows really what this is all about, but there's something, we're going to take a look at that. There's something that that's not gelling. And maybe it just could be the timing. Here's the 5 of Swords. And I think this is really interesting because it says shaking things up. You must overcome the fear of judgment, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. You must give yourself a good shake and take some risks. Now, I don't know who that pertains to. I really don't feel it has to do with this particular queen. I really feel it has to do with this emperor here. It's about, like I said, it's a reinvention, okay, on whatever level that means. Now, here's the 7 of Pentacles. And normally that card is traditionally is looked at as waiting for the harvest to come in. But here, the card means this. A love cannot remain pure and precious over time unless you learn how to give your energy to your partner. And so this could be the idea that no matter what this appearance and what everything used to and how I used to be, you see, look how tired he looks. It's called virility. But he looking like, oh my God, I'm spent. I can't, and maybe this is about somebody who's doing a lot of giving outside and not really focusing their attention on this person. You see, she's behind him. Okay. I'm getting that this is not, I don't think this is over in some respect. Let's take a look at, I want to look at this 9 of Wands. And then I'm going to look at this 5 of Swords and this 7 of Pentacles. I'm going to read to you as well the Emperor. And then we're going to pull cards and close this reading down, okay? I also think there's a fear of another male coming in, and the reason why I say that, I don't know if you can see in the background, you see that man walking with the torch? So for some of you, this could be the idea that there may be somebody coming back, somebody who's holding a torch for you in the middle of all of this other whatever else is going on. I want to look at this Queen of Swords too. The Limineo. the card of nuptials, marriage, commitment, and contracts. But it also speaks to the highly spiritual nature of, and that's why I keep sensing that there really is a deep, deep level. This could even be that twin flame kind of a shit. You know, maybe it's something that you've been through before, and you know, this time I'm not chasing anybody. Okay, and that typically is what happens in twin flame relationships. The one person will run away, and then what you try to do is change them and convince them that they need to, you know, let me just give them time to work. Fuck all of that. Go work on your own self. The Bambino, the start of something, and the letter. So obviously this is the idea that there is a relationship here trying to start, wanting to happen. There is a bond, there is a commitment here. This is something brand new. Some of you may be getting an opportunity to speak on this, again, where you may be trying to I would expect a message to come in, a letter, a text, and this is, you know, a letter. This could also have to do with some kind of legal issue in some way, shape, or form. We don't know exactly what the letter means. These are 14th century cards, so it could be a bill, it could be you know, it could be anything, but that's really not what the cards are telling me. They're telling me that there's some news coming about the potential. This is the potential. That's the baby. You know, all babies have potential. Is what we put into them is what we get out of them, right? They're empty vessels. And it is your job as a parent to fill that vessel with goodness, right? And positivity and light. Five of Swords, Giovani Fanciulla, Prigione, and the Disgrazia. Now, shaking things up. So here we have this Giovani Fanciulla, the either attraction to a young girl, okay, or this new woman who has come in, but someone who is limited and or constrained. This, in effect, kind of, it's a Tower card. It's an extremely misfortunate situation, the shakeup. What are you going to do about it? Now, I don't know if there is a third party in this or not. A man with two women, a choice between two women. It's like he's saying, okay, well, if you don't want that, then I'll just go find somebody else who does, but it does not go the way that he thinks it does, because something has to change. That's really what I'm getting. Gran Signore. Leggerezza. Didn't I tell you something is changing here? Dottore. This is the man about town. It's kind of like the Emperor. This is the guy who has a reputation. Everybody knows him. He's rather important, or at least he thinks he is. He owns property. He does this. Here is the Leggerezza. This is the card of someone's changing of their sensitivity. This is about someone who I think is getting to the idea that maybe all of this stuff that I've had, or the way that I've been presenting myself, or what I've thought was important, okay, is changing. There is a Dottore. The giving. Okay. That's obviously, it's saying that somebody is they're waiting for something to come in that can change. I dare say that if you've just met somebody new, or maybe it's somebody you've known for a long time, I don't know. I will definitely tell you this is there's some past life connections here. Okay. Because in truth, air and fire, this could be a north node, south node, north node in Leo, south node in Aquarius kind of a thing. That may be why she's sitting behind him. Okay. I'm going to look at this Queen of Swords here. Fortuna. There she is. Jupiter. The opportunity. The blind fate. Destiny. the Amalato, okay, the sick person, the ill person. So this tells me that fate has come in and now there's a downturn in this particular situation. Alegria, past time with family and friends. Now, in another respect, this could be the idea that, you know, when you're up, you're up. When you're down, you're down. So maybe you did have to send somebody away, okay? But that, even still, you know, maybe you're out having a good time. Maybe you're enjoying yourself. Maybe you're making up for that in one sense in terms of your family and your friends. But this could also be about, you know, I'm not sure how else to interpret that. It could be also that maybe through the illness of somebody in the family or the friend, maybe things will change. I don't know. Let's look at this. Hold on. My neighbor, she's paying me to make her some soap. Okay, let's read about this emperor here. I mean, this Hierophant. Before calling on a higher power, you must protect yourself and be certain that you have support. Your intention must be clear. And maybe that's what that's saying. The wheel has come through to show you that this, right now, it can't be supported. Perhaps the person is more focused on other things in their life. So, okay, that's the way it is. Goes back to that card. I think that's the I want to see what's underneath this Hierophant here. There is a message coming. There is a Knave of Wands. That's the Knight of Page of Wands. So this is something wholly new coming through, or perhaps maybe coming back around. Abandon. The eccentricities of character do not necessarily lead to unreliability. You must look beyond appearances to see the essence of things. And I think what you were dealing with is someone who's really caught up in appearances. Some of you may know what that means. Let's look at the Angel Answer card. I do feel that somebody's coming back around. You know, or a situation is going to be coming back around. But it says that it's up to you. Now that could be on either side, okay? Because I think that queen is kind of resolute. I think she knows exactly what she wants. For somebody else, it's the appearance of what they want, or how they want to appear. And maybe that's what the fear is. Yep. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And this could be somebody who, like I said, could be addicted to wanting people to always think they're the greatest because that's what they're used to. And then somebody else come along and go, I'm not fucking impressed. You know, one of those kinds of a thing. So here it is. It's up to you. The end result of the situation you asked about is entirely in your hands. You can affect the outcome by taking a proactive approach to solving any challenges. Stand in your own power and have confidence that you have what it takes to bring about a happy ending. Don't wait for someone else to rush in and take charge. In order to come to a successful conclusion, this situation requires your unique perspective and experience. And again, that Wheel of Fortune, Amalato, okay, that shit happened. Well, let me just go on and keep it moving. And it could be one of those situations. Codependency. Now, codependency is you know, it's not always about drugs or alcohol. Sometimes people are addicted to the way other people have treated them, or maybe it's attention. Maybe that person really needs a lot of attention, and so everything that they've been doing has been basically designed to get that attention that they so desperately need. Okay? This card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way, because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving for a substance or unhealthful behavior. There you have it. Or it could be that your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. This card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish its capacity to love. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to moving forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings and other addiction support fellowship models. Whether it is you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches or by contacting a local community health center. You know, this could be about, you know, always falling for the same type of person. Sometimes that's an addiction too. You know, there's something that you're craving for these people. There's something that you feel you have to, I don't know, whatever it is. But addictions are not just about drugs or drinking, risky sexual behavior. It could just be the way that you've been doing things all along, because there's some kind of need that needs to be fed, may need to be looked at and changed. So that's what I have for you. I hope those messages helped. Again, if you think you'd like a reading, you can get my web address from there. And until next time, namaste.